Hi everyone, this is Janet live session. Thank you so much for coming. I have to do this video. As you can see, I'm not in my natural environment, but I'll do my best. I know some of you've been waiting for this video. Sorry it took me long. F1 student visa is our title today. Remember, I posted on our page saying this is the best time for us to do F1 student visa. Okay, this is just the best time, and I'll tell you why. There are some reasons. I think this is my opinion. This is not my these are not facts, but just from my thinking, I think this is the best time to do F1 student visa. And why do I say that? Right now in the universities, they're even thinking of dropping SATs because of the pandemic. They don't have testing centers working. They're trying to do virtual testing, but they just can't catch up because there are so many applicants, and stay-home orders, shelter in place. People are not doing exams, you know, high school entry exams into college, SATs, GMAT, all those things you need to do for your master's programs. So some schools are considering to drop. So this is the best time, in my opinion. You know, if you like to do shortcuts like Janet, sometimes you just need to get in. Thank you so much for coming. I see all of you. I might not mention names. Today, the content is more important. Okay? So F1 student visa, right now, is the best time to apply. Number two, not many international students are applying because we know this is, you know, the pandemic, corona. People are scared of, you know, applying to these universities. So many people, number three, are deferring. They are deferring the programs. In fact, I know many students here who are not going to go back to school. They've held this year and they plan to go back next year. So you don't apply next year because, in my opinion, this will be very competitive. This will be very competitive. Can you imagine the kids that finished high school now, they don't want to go to university or college. They want to hold on. And then next year, more kids will graduate. And then the whole world now will start applying for international students, assuming that the pandemic will be gone by then. So that's why I'm encouraging my people. Remember, I posted on this page down, okay? We are making lemonade out of lemons. Lemonade out of lemons. When people see problems, we see opportunities. And that's what I say we're going to do on this page. F1 student visa. And when I say F1 student visa, I mean you and your spouse. Okay? You come with your spouse. Bring your husband, bring your wife on F2. And I know some of you, there is one of my followers who called me, Janet, I applied for my wife on F2. I'm here with the F1 and they denied and I don't know what to do. I say, you know what? That's why Janet Rangi comes here. You know, you go to the embassy. These people mind about the children. So you come to America on F1, then you invite your wife on F2, and the embassy is thinking like, are we going to abandon the children? And when they ask you during the interview, you have no plans on how the kids are going to be raised. And I know some of us, we think, oh, if we go applying for children, maybe they will deny us. Wrong. No one is coming to do a vuvuzela and start ringing bells and telling you, you know, F1 comes with F2. No one. Of course, Janet Rangi is here. I'll come and tell you, okay? Bring the whole family, like dad, mom, kids. Primary applicant, F1. Kids and spouse, F2. And people say, oh, do they have to apply for school? No. The primary applicant is the only one that will make an application for F1. And then the school will ask for, of course, a bigger bank statement. So let's say the college is asking for a bank statement for 15,000 to give you an I-20. For those who are new, I-20 is basically admission, international admission. Okay, they will ask for a bank statement that is maybe 25,000 or 30,000 to prove that you'll be able to take care of your wife and kids, or your spouse, your husband and kids. So the only thing you will do different is just to show a bigger bank statement. And they will release an I-20, which is admission, for the F1, and an I-20 for F2, spouse and kids. So keep that in mind. Don't break up families. You come here, you're lonely. Then you start calling, Janet, I miss my wife. I miss my wife. What do I do? And then now the wife is there hustling with children. Let the wife come here, help you cook as you go to school. Or you, the man, come and cook. Go to the kitchen and cook. Okay? So F1, F2, we are talking about the whole family. And this brings me to another important point. Okay, anytime Janet is talking, I'm talking from experience, doing this like 3-4 years. These come from real people, real questions. And they ask me, but Janet, you know, will the kids go to school? Yes. Okay, that F2 will enable your kids to go to school. Oh, do they pay money? No. If it's public school, it's public school. Okay, so it's covered. So do not be scared to bring your spouse and children. Okay, and this is also good. And those who followed me for a long time, I advocate for F1 student visa, and this is exactly why. Because some of you are married with kids, but you still have the dream and desire to come. And I say, how do you do that? F1, F2 student, because both of you will come. And by the way, both of you can be F1. Husband applies, wife applies, you go to the embassy. In fact, if they deny husband, the next time they see wife coming in for F2. Like, try your best. Some of you, just because the husband went to the embassy, now you're scared to go. Oh, but they denied my husband. No, if your husband also applied F1, attach yourself for F2. He might have more merit in the embassy, so that means strong desire to succeed. You are not failing at any cost. Wife is applying for F1, husband is applying for F1. You have appointments 1 week apart, show up. And just be confident. Don't fill in the blanks. Like, the embassy knows. They are there to do their job. This visa, I like it because if you are married and you're thinking of visiting visa, surely when you reach here, what will you do with your husband? What will you do with your wife and kids? Like, you need to choose wisely. And that's why I tell people, understand these kinds of visas. This is the most important point. If I'm just hitting on you, I know you're talking to me. I'm talking to some of you. When I say things, I'm basically saying based on experience. Many people tell me, I'm married, I don't want to leave my wife, but I have my strong desire to succeed. And I always start with student visa. Okay? Can I start with green card? Why not? But we know it's a lottery. We don't know if we will win. Okay? Secondly, if we marry, how can we marry? We can't marry twice. Okay? We cannot be polygamous. Okay, so what do? We come with a visa that has more potential. Okay? Alright, so let's assume. Now when you're doing your research, first of all, know that this is the best time to apply. They'll be very lenient with course because many people are scared to go to school. So you're filling in. In fact, if there are scholarships that were already budgeted, you have a higher chance of getting. Of course, with Corona, there's not much money going around. But remember, if scholarships are scholarships, they cannot use it for anything else. So this is the best time for you to apply because there is a less competition. So you're thinking of a community college if you don't have a degree. And if you have a degree, you're thinking of a university. Don't look at your grades back home. I got a C, I got a C minus. Apply. Even if you got a D, they look, you graduated, my friend. Did you put that hat on the head? Well, high school at home we don't, but you get my point. You have a high school certificate. Whether it's an A or a D, you apply. And then let them tell you what you need to do. Usually they have courses that will kind of clean you up. You are not ready for college because you didn't do so well if you got a D. But that does not mean that's the end of life. Okay? If you got a failed, but at least you graduated, you didn't drop out. Okay? You didn't drop out. So you still have a chance in a community college and they will build you going up. Some of you fear, Janet, I got a C. Janet, I got a C plus. What do I do? No. Community college, you will take you one day to university. And for those of you who already have a high school and you passed well, I know your parents are, Janet, my kid got a B plus. Janet, my son got a A minus. Do you think they should come to America? Well, if they get admission, yes. It's a hard call though, because you don't want them to come here and drop out. Education is education. Me, if I got a visa, I will come. Especially if I'm 20s and I get a visa, that's a lifetime opportunity. Like when you come here, you'll build yourself. So if you're out there and you got an A, I know it's a big deal. Maybe you just came from Alliance Girls and you have an A. And now you're like, you know what? I have to go to the University of Nairobi. Okay? Or you have that big university in Nigeria or Abuja and you're like, yo, I have to go to that one. Education is education, my friends. If you get that's my opinion. That's my opinion. In fact, here you'll have more opportunities to do exactly what you wanted. Okay, so we are talking about F1 student visa and why I think it's the best time. As I said, when people see problems, we see opportunities. You're like, oh, many people are scared. They don't apply. I'm going to be the one to apply to that school. Okay, I don't have SAT. I don't have GMAT. I'll go ahead and apply and tell them, can I do when I come there? Can I do before I graduate? By the way, they usually give you some courses. They say you should finish this before the end of 1 or 2 semesters. You understand? Look at community colleges which are cheaper than universities. Look at colleges or universities that are close to your relatives. So that way you can save on rent, you can save on expenses. So those are the things you look at. Oh, Janet, which is the best university? There is no best university. Look at your social network. If your sister is in Minnesota, you want to look for a college in Minnesota. Okay, if you are looking at the price, you want to look for rural communities, small community colleges that are cheap. You don't want to look for big things like Harvard, or by the way, if you have an A, go to Harvard. You know what I mean? Or those big universities, they tend to have scholarships for people like us. So the thing is, research, do a good job, put in mind price, because once you come here, you have to know how to survive the first year. And of course, I will teach you how, but I'm just telling you, it starts with your decision. Don't go for the most expensive college. But this is the thing. This is the thing. If that expensive college, you manage to get a sponsor, by the way, sponsor means someone with a good bank statement who is willing to sign. Have I answered your question? I know you're listening. Okay, people are saying, Janet, hey, should the bank statement be mine? Can it come from my uncle? Yes, it can come from your uncle, your priest, your pastor, okay, your relative, okay, your whoever, okay, family member. The school is just wanting a statement that someone has signed something called affidavit of support. That means they're agreeing. Believe you me, if they don't pay, no one is coming after them. Understand that? You have to learn the consequences of your action. Like, what if they start sending the bill to my uncle? No one is sending the bill to your uncle. It's your bill. They're not going to send you. So do first things first. I love you back. First things first. Find a sponsor. So long as they are willing to sign, their job is done. Janet is teaching you skills. If you stay there and wait to be a millionaire, you will not come. And I know some people here in America are watching me. Janet, stop telling people to come here, and then they suffer. My answer to that is, if they suffer, has anyone thrown them from home? Can they take a plane and go back? Yes. Why not the risk? You are not going to go on the street. I mean, if it's hard, go back home. Even in the Bible, there was this young man called Joseph. He was rebellious. He got lost, but one day they went and rescued him. He came back home. The father accepted him. So who are you to start saying, Janet, stop telling them and lying to them? How did you come to America? You listening to me. You're here enjoying life. I know it's hard because you got maybe bad company, and now you want to discourage the ones that can try. My friends, it's all about trial. Janet came with $200 in my pocket. So I have to talk my story. So if you came with millions, I did not. So I'm just sharing my story of how I succeeded. I didn't have the money. I had admission and someone who signed a letter willing to sponsor me, and I came through. Okay, so what am I telling you, my friends? You have to have the desire and burning desire. You have to be ready to lose $160 for the interview. You have to be willing to go to the embassy 3, 4, 5, 10 times. That is what I mean. You stand, you fall, you stand, you fall, you never give up. That's what I mean. With this effort, it's not easy by any means. But who told you good things come easy? By the way, if you have something coming easy in your life, probably it's not that good. Good things, you work for them, because now you'll have value for those things. Okay, so that is how F1 works. Okay, so what am I saying? Basically, you are not waiting to become a millionaire. You are not waiting to be so tough. What are you waiting for? You think manna will just drop from heaven? Manna will come and then I'll get a chance to go to America? No. You go down, okay? You go down in the trenches. You start digging. You dig. Before you know it, things are moving. You are applying for the embassy, okay? And as I said, everyone, whether you got an A or a D or a C or a C minus, you apply. Community colleges are cheap. Universities are more expensive. Look for social networks. People that are already in America, use them. Look for schools around them. That's how you choose. Choose the ones that have work programs. Call them, email them. Do you have international work programs? If they say no, don't give up. We are looking at getting an I-20. What is an I-20? It's an admission to university in the United States. In fact, when you go to the embassy and you forget to present the admission letter, they don't care. There is no way you will get an I-20 without admission. They probably don't even need the admission letter. Do you hear me? Okay. So we are going to prepare ourselves. Now, F1 can bring husband and wife. Okay? All right. Green cards will be for another day. We are looking for everyone here. Student visa covers everyone. Once you reach here, you will know why Janet was advocating for F1. Because some of you, you came on visiting and you're here now, you're stuck. Unless you go under the table. But now you can't get a social security. F1 student visa, when you come, you can get a social security number. Why is that important? You can drive and you can use that to work. And you say, Janet, do students work? Yes, 20 hours per week. When you're F1 student visa, that is a part-time. Anytime you work 21 hours, that is full-time. So they want you to cover 20 hours per week, and you have to do, I think, 12 credit hours per semester to consider to keep your status intact. So now you as an F1 student visa, F1 student visa, the most important benefit is that social security number. Someone on a visiting visa will not get that. You can get that, and you can work on campus. Then you say, the pandemic, Corona has brought us benefits. If you go to uscis.gov, okay, which is the source of my information most of the time. This is public information. Janet is just breaking it down for you to make it easy and give you hope, okay? What you do, when you go there, there is a link for you to apply for a work permit, okay? I've been in this country for almost 17 years, 18, and I've never seen students get a work permit unless they graduate or unless they apply for CPT. Because most students work on campus, the law says you have to work on campus. Because of Corona, they've allowed students, if you're listening to me and you're an international student right now, you can go and apply for a work permit off campus. It has never happened in the history of I don't know how long. Okay, so this is why that is a very, very important point, that if you come on F1 student visa, you can apply for a job. A work permit from uscis.gov. That is very important. I almost forgot that one. And many people tell me it's not easy. How do you do it? For those listening to me, if international students, you always work with someone called DSO. The DSO, if they don't know what they are doing, by the way, like now they are not keeping up with the USCIS website, you can educate them. You say, now we are allowed to work off campus. Write a hardship letter yourself and let them sign, and then you come and attach to the form. I think it's I-539, whichever form it is. Put it there. If you are wrong, USCIS will correct you. I heard somewhere that they are getting broke because we are not making a lot of applications. That's another thing. That's the good thing of you applying. You know me, I come and tell you things. This one I will whisper, I will not tell you. I'm not going to speak loud. This place, uscis.gov, they're usually independent. All these visa applications, they are very rich. They usually get billions. They applied, gave so many jobs. But now immigrants and students are not applying. They're starting to get broke. So they're asking for a bailout. Don't quote me. So that's another good thing for you to start applying, because they are not that busy. Okay, so now you apply for a work permit to work off campus. The school love international students because you're paying 2 or 3 times more expensive than the locals. Okay, but we know that you are working hard. It's not like the money is coming from home unless you're rich at home. Most of us are working hard. We give the money to the university, and the university keeps on moving. They have money from international students. You don't have any help from the government. You don't have help from the state, but you have the desire and the burning desire to do well. So you keep on working hard as you go to school. You go work at night. I know those things, how they go. So now, again, let's go back to the benefits of this student visa. Now you've gotten a social security number, okay? You can work on campus. As soon as you reach, by the way, within the first semester, you can get that social security number. You go again to the DSO and the international office. They will give you a letter saying you can get on-campus employment. Don't even ask for a job. Say, I need a letter to take to the social security office so I get a number. Once you get that, my friends, you don't need even to go to uscis.gov. The 20 hours per week comes with the F1 visa. As soon as it's stamped in your country in the embassy, you qualify to work on campus. You don't need to apply for a work permit. All you need is a social security number. I hope you're on the same page. I know this is a lot of information, but you need to save these videos, download them. It will come in handy once you get that visa, and you will try to reach Janet. You will not find her. But when you go reading and listening to these videos, you will hear every point. There's nothing I'm missing here, like I'm fixing you up. This video has all the information you need. So now you have the social security number. Now you're working on campus. After one academic year, you qualify for something called CPT. That's why when you're choosing these schools, make sure they have a program called CPT. I can't tell you what it means in full, but basically it's a form of internship, whereby as a student, you can get employment off campus and get money as you go to school. Remember, this one can be full-time. It can be 40 hours a week, okay? And it can be paying much better than work. Students on campus, probably they don't pay much. Minimum wage $9 per hour, 10 or 12 if you're lucky per hour. Maybe you're working in the dorms. Maybe you're taking roll calls. That's all you do, and cleaning the dorm. But if you're off campus, you can work anywhere. You understand? And they will give you something called CPT. Some people prefer to use CPT if they are broke. But remember, if you use everything on CPT, which I'll move to OPT, you will not qualify for OPT. But we know us, if we are broke, as we put things together, as we find ways of getting money, which some people work on under the table. I was dreaming about that. I heard when people come, some of them work off campus. Don't quote me. I didn't hear anyone. I don't know anyone, but I've read. I think I dreamt about it, but that's what happens. Okay, anyway, but the legal ways that people do, as I said, you come on campus 20 hours, you apply for a social security number. After one academic year, you qualify for CPT. You have to go to the DSO and apply through uscis.gov. That is the difference between on-campus work program. All you need is a social security number. But for you to qualify for CPT, you have to finish one academic year, go to the DSO and apply through uscis.gov and get a work permit that will start counting how many hours you're putting in. I hope you're on the same page, CPT and on-campus. Now, when you move towards graduation, that is when we are moving towards OPT. OPT, that is optional practical training, or whatever it means. It's again like internship. And when I say it's like an internship, OPT and CPT, you have to stick within your area. So if you're an accountant, you have to find a job off campus that is in accounting or in business. You can't just say, no, I'm going to the nursing home and I'll be working as a nursing assistant, but you are doing accounting. You don't qualify for CPT or OPT. Okay, it has to be, actually you have to be getting credit. In fact, that's another point. Oh my goodness, I wish I organized myself. When it comes to CPT, you have to apply through uscis.gov. It has to be related to the area of study, and you have to get credit, like they are grading you on that. When you go to work out there, the employer is signing papers that you were there for 20 hours or 40 hours. And then you're translating that as practical information towards your degree. So you're getting credit. Okay? But OPT, which you do after graduation, this one, again, you apply before graduation, and it still has to be within your area of study. But the difference, you can work anywhere in the United States. Now, the most important point, I take time on these videos because I know you will rewind when you come here 2 years, 5 years from now. You need to give yourself 30 days before. 90 days before graduation. Here, deadlines are very, very important. Okay? You don't wait until you graduate and then you remember, oh, I have OPT, and now you have a job that is 100,000 in San Francisco. Okay? And now you can't because you don't even have OPT. But you call USCIS, they say, when did you graduate? You should have put in 3 months ago. No. So be always aware of these programs. Put in early. Put them early. Now, there's another program, I forget the name, but you need to find out if you work in the government institutions, like, or international institutions, that sometimes they can give you a job and you don't have to, they don't count. You just work and go to school. Okay, next time I'll look for the name, but just know it exists. There are some organizations, if you work with them, you can be a student and continue working. I didn't prepare myself to know the name of that. So those are the most important programs when you're on student F1, and that's how people pay school fees. Okay, sometimes they are lucky to apply for all scholarships that you get, so that if you get denied, don't say, this is just $1,000. $1,000 will go a long way. That will cover some credit hours which you would have worked so hard to get. Okay, so those are the most important things that I wanted to hit when I told you I have to cover F1 student visa. The main important point I'm saying, don't give up. Don't question where the money will come from. Just have the strong desire, and always include your family and children if you can, because they will come in handy. Okay, and then prepare yourself for the interview. Go to Janet Rangi, watch how you can increase your chances of getting a visa. I prepare you so you can deal with the embassy the best way you can and have the confidence. And then when you come here, understand that you have to have some money for the first year to get you going. If things get tough, never sleep in the snow. Go back home. Okay? But in our case, we are not going back home. And this is the best visa right now. Why? Because there is less competition. Some schools are accepting students without preparation examinations, and it's not that competitive. If you wait until next year, the whole world will be back. The students that graduate this year and next year are also back. So I think, in my opinion, it will be competitive. But this country has so many universities that might not be the problem, okay? So you need to consider that. And then when you reach here, those are the things you take advantage of. Work programs, CPT, OPT. Why is OPT important? This I have to finish. This is a loop I have to complete. For some of you that have graduated this year, you can't believe some people call me. They didn't even know there was something called OPT and they already graduated. When they give you OPT for 1 year, did you know when you find an employer, you can actually ask them to file for you something called H1B, which is a lottery. H1B is a lottery. It might not be easy, but who knows? Once you have American education, you qualify to apply for H1B. So OPT is 1 year. After graduation, you start working on OPT full time. But as you work for OPT, the employer puts in application for H1B. H1B, can you imagine? It will give you 3 years. So let's count. After graduation, OPT is 1 year. Within 1 year, you get H1B, which is 3 years. H1B can be renewed. How long? Another 3 years. Total of 6. OPT, 1 year. Okay? H1B, 3 plus 3, 6. Total of 7. Now you understand why Janet loves student visa. That is the pathway for student visa. That is the pathway to citizenship. That is the pathway to green card. Once you're on H1B after 1 year, if the employer likes you, they can actually put in a green card. You don't even have to use the 6 years. Now, some countries, because they have a quota system, they can only give certain number of green cards per country, per region. So it happens that people that are from India, they can wait up to 90 years to 10 years to get that green card because there are too many on H1B. But people from the African region, usually if you're on H1B, your green card, they can only take 2 years. But meanwhile, you are working. And by the way, when you apply change of status from student to green card, although the green card takes long, the work permit does not. The work permit takes a matter of months. When I first came, it was like 4 weeks. You get a work permit. Then the green card takes long. But who cares? You're working. You can drive. Everything. Life goes on. You're just waiting to be declared a permanent resident, but you're still working. You can go to school. You can do anything you want. So they start by applying for a work permit. Always when you put in a green card, you want to make sure you fill in the work permit portion also. Some people forget that. Even those of you who go marrying American, they put in papers for American and then they wait. The green card has taken 9 months. Now I'm waiting so I can work. I'm like, when you put in, why did you put in a work permit? A work permit does not have to wait 9 months. A work permit is a matter of weeks. So you have to do, information is power. I met someone who was waiting for a green card. It's almost 1 year. They can't work because they don't have a work permit. All they needed was to call. When they call the immigration, they tell them, but you didn't ask for a work permit. Can you imagine? So these things always paying. And when you hear Janet saying, even the OPT, think of deadlines. When you're a student, look 5 years down the road, 2 years down the road, like what will happen to you? What is the process of succeeding? Okay? So, for those of you who've always wondered why Janet stands for F1 student visa, you can see all the benefits I've listed. Jobs, social security, driving. There's a pathway clearly for the family to end up in a green card, on a green card, and eventually citizenship without worrying. Without worrying. Now, if you're single, now we'll talk about other opportunities for you. But today the focus was mainly on F1, F2 student visa. Okay? All right. I think I've covered. That's all I have for you today. I was very serious today, but I'm not in my natural environment. I travel. When I'm looking at you across the street, I can see across Mexico. It's so interesting. I wish I did this video at night. You would have seen Mexico and the mountains. I'm on the border. I'm in Texas. I'm in a place called El Paso. So I took my vacation. For us, it's Memorial Day weekend. So I took a Memorial Day weekend to enjoy myself, get out of Amarillo. Okay, I drove 6 hours. Now I'm in a hotel, as you can see, and my hotel is up. At night I just look at Mexico. It's very beautiful. I just see hills. I don't know if they are hills or mountains. I think they are hills. Yeah. So thank you so much for coming, my friends. Don't give up on these student visas. Is it easy? No, but some of us have done it. And if you're here and you came through Janet Rangi programs, keep watching and keep sharing, okay? Remember to keep the dream alive and have a strong desire to succeed. The desire will push you over the edge. The desire will make you the best. You stand, you fall, you stand, you fall. You never give up because you know what? You're the best. I love you so much for coming, Maxwell. Maxwell is like, wow, thank you so much, Maxwell, for coming, okay? Diane is like, links to some of those economical colleges. There are times when I used to post links, but I say, Janet Rangi followers are becoming tough. Okay? Yeah. Francis, yes, I will post the links anyway. Okay? Okay. Where is your mask? Oh, Lord, where is my mask? I usually have my mask. Don't think I don't have. My mask is right there. Yeah. I don't play games. Yeah, well, I even had another one here. Yeah, but I'm in a hotel. Why would I be having a mask? Seriously. Okay, but thank you for asking that question. Okay, someone is saying blessings to you. Carrie is there. Okay, gift is there. Okay, so many of you are coming in. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you got some information on F1 student visa. For those of you from those countries that have a travel ban, I need to make a video, or they have you've been blocked from green cards. These are some of the things you can do. So it's not like, and by the way, your governments will fix the problem. After a while, those things will be put back on the list. So you don't say, oh, no, I can't get a green card, Janet, because I'm from here, I'm from Nigeria. I can't. No. You can use F1 student visa. You can use H1B visas. You can use R1, R2 visas. Like, there are so many visas that will make you stick around. You know what I mean? And they left there. If you marry an American citizen, they are not going to deny you a green card. You know what I mean? So, you know, and knowledge is power again. You just have to be informed. You just have to be. Delilah is like, okay, keep the dream alive and have a strong desire to succeed. Morris is like, God bless you. Okay, so many people watching, you know, like I don't feel like going, but Sophie, how are you? Sophie, I love you always. Okay, thank you so much. Okay, someone save the video so I can, okay, you're talking to, yeah, keep saving. Some people don't have internet, so they download for their friends. Yeah, okay. Diane is like, I've gained some knowledge on student visa. Yes. And I've done other videos in the past, but I keep on repeating because every time I do a new video, I have new information. As usual, my goal is to leave you better than you found me. Always, you have. Now we know. Like, you see people going to America and you don't even know how. No, just watch Janet Rangi and do what she says. By the way, I'm not saying anything, but it's true. The only thing that, let me tell you the truth. Let me tell you the truth. The only thing standing between you and you being here today is you making a decision. And them either giving you or denying you a visa. But I can tell you, if you want to come here as a student, there is no information you're missing. You will come and learn more. Okay, learning never stops. But Janet has given you the basics. I've covered the basics. Free. You don't even have to go and paying people and going and being conned money. Do what Janet is telling you. It's that simple. If the information I do here can bring a whole doctor, a whole nurse from scratch, and you as a, like, really? Really? I mean, that's all. And people around the world, that's all they do, my friends. Don't think like now there's a miracle on another side and there's a miracle and you have to know someone and you know you have to come from a family that comes from America and you have to be American relatives. No. Do you have any education? Yes. Even if you failed, who cares? Apply for a community college. Let them tell you why they can't take you. College A denies you, go to college B. And college B tells you, well, we don't like your grades, but you can do this. And I'll continue doing, because I know, having done this for a long time, many of you don't know if they will accept your education back home. And I know some of you are second years. Can I drop out and come? Yes. Why? And I know, Janet, how am I going to drop in second year? No, it depends if you have a visa and you have a student visa. If you come here, they can take some of your credit. Will you get all you went to school for? Maybe not. So maybe you're in second year, they might take just, it will look like you're starting all over after 1 year. But most of you are young. Don't care about these things of time. You know, you can always start again. Like you're doing business administration at home. You are second year and you get a visa. You just come and ask them to take some of the business courses you've already done. and then you complete school from here. Some people think like they can never accept the education. No, they... Okay, so anyway, someone called me, so that tells me I need to finish this video. How it managed to go through, I don't know, because I blocked people anyway. So thank you so much for coming. Janet, thanks for the support, and we'll be very pleased if you could give us our colleges and universities. I can, but all of you can't apply to the same colleges. I said go for your social ties. If you don't have any social ties, then go for what Janet is saying, okay? I mean, last year we had some colleges. Oklahoma was a good state. I had people come to Oklahoma. I had people go to Houston. I had people go to Winona State in Minnesota. I had people go to California. I had people go to Washington State. Wow, those are many. Washington State, I had many. Minnesota, I had many. I had Oklahoma. In fact, I wanted to go and do a video with one of our followers who saw me once and made the decision, and he came. And now he's doing nursing because he needs the green card. And that's why people do nursing. It's not like everyone comes and does nursing. Like, we don't recommend, but it's the easiest way for you to get a green card. Like some of you, for example, when you get the OPT, like, you don't even have to do OPT because you did nursing. When you do nursing, by the time you graduate, pass the exams, you have a green card. Now you file for your husband and wife, and then both of you become citizens. Are you understanding? Some of you think like there's just a visa they'll drop in the embassy that will bring you here, and then all of a sudden you're an American citizen. No, there's a process that takes years. I mean, years. But it's the first step that you take. An F1 student visa is the pathway, especially if you come here as a family and one of you does nursing and you pass the exams, you get a green card. Or you come and do physical therapy up to a master's level, you get the green card, and you file for your wife and husband, and then both of you and the kids become citizens eventually. That's just how it works. Unless you win a lottery, that is the best visa you can ever, because some of you come on visiting and we end up changing. I'm working with some of you as we speak, listening to me now. You have visiting visas, and now you've called Janet, you've watched her videos, and you're in the process of changing to student because you know the visiting visa is very limiting. You know, because the visiting visa, you either extend it, and then some people file asylum and lock themselves here, and then some people, you know, marry American citizens. You know, like everything just looks hard. Those are the options. Okay, did you hear? I blew points. Visiting visa, extend as you think, marry American, asylum, change to student. Information is power. Like, that's how you use those visas. But the process, why don't you just go and get F1 student visa once and for all? Okay? All right, I have to go, my friends. Too many people, a few comments, and I'm out of here. Okay, I will see you in the next video. I'm glad you came today. Yesterday I missed the video, but I knew I will do it today. I try minimum to do one video per week. Okay, as usual, always go to the comment section. Most of my followers, when they are new, they learn from the comment section. As I told you in one of the videos, I had a follower that actually came here and she told me, Janet, I went to the comment section and someone gave me information and I followed it up, and that's how I ended up here. And before I go, let me break some good news. I like stories because we get good news from our people. You know, there's this lady who has never heard of Janet Rangi, but she got the number from the family members, okay? And she was one of those lucky ones that called me and actually picked. You know, sometimes I throw away my phone. I'll be honest with you. I don't check because I'm overwhelmed. My head can go crazy. If you are having 5,000 messages per day, you just have to throw away the phone. But once in a while, I'm like, oh, that is a nice message. I better... But I watch them closely so I can do videos. This woman calls me. She's somewhere in Texas, actually. She's been here over 10 years. She's like, hi, Grace. I'm like, no, my name is not Grace. Oh, they told me it's Grace, but this is your number. I say, so okay. How can I help you? Like, hey, Janet. She's from Zambia. She started speaking with me in Chewa. Because she had Janet says Chewa sometimes. She's like, oh, Ribwanji. I say, oh, Diribuino. She's like, oh, what kind of Chewa? I say, you know what? Me, I speak the one from Malawi. You are from Zambia. She say, okay. Yeah, Janet, I have to thank you. My grandson. This is a grandmother in America. The grandson and the brother from Zambia are medical doctors. They are coming to New York. Residency. Those two doctors, you think they'll forget Janet Rangi? All they needed was one video. They didn't know how doctors come to America and become doctors. Then Janet Rangi did a video. The young kids followed. They have admission where? In New York. Both of them, residency programs. Do you know residency pays money? Okay? They are coming, they will choose a resident program. Maybe they will choose to become surgeons. They will choose to become family doctors. But who would have told them this knowledge? This woman can't, she's praying for me on the phone. She's singing, she's dancing, and she's here in America. She was not even able to help her family. She's like, I've never watched your videos. Do you have, do you have Facebook? No. Do you have YouTube? No. Oh my God, how do I help you? No, but I got the number. They told me they watch you every day. And now they are coming to New York, 2 of them. Doctors. Okay. That is the story to tell you that on this page, we are results oriented. And we are solution oriented. Empty talk, no. On Janet Rangi, empty talk doesn't work. We put things in practice, we dig, we learn, and we operate at par with the whole world. Like we raise our level. We raise our level. We don't believe that we are failures. We read, we believe, and we actually do it, and we execute. And we see results, and we fail. When we are 70, 80 years old, we will know we tried. Okay? We tried. But we don't fail. Because why? We have the desire to succeed. We keep on believing in ourselves. We talk, we dig, we read, we do research, and we fulfill. Okay? Otherwise, you'll be watching things for entertainment. That's okay. If you watch Janet Rangi for entertainment, again, you are welcome. I know mothers at home, they watch me for entertainment, but they watch me with the kids. They call me, they say, Janet, ask the whole family with the kids. When the young kids, like even 7, hey, Janet Rangi is coming, mommy. They come watch as a family, good. But if you really want to come here, please put in practice what I say. People are calling me. Extension has been approved. Like just watching the video, they extend their visas. They go to the embassy, they get the visa. They want to be nurses, they actually become nurses, and they have green cards. Like it happens. They get these scholarships. They have these jobs. It's happening, my friends. Okay? All right. Thank you so much for coming. I will see you in the next video. Have a wonderful day as we are enjoying Memorial Weekend. I'm going to go to the mall and shop. Okay? I can't even make my hair. I'm not looking good these days because social distancing. Okay? All right. Marianne is like, I'm late. Happy Sunday with your lovely flowers. Better late than never. Dora is University of the People. I told people University of the People is an online free tuition. You get American education for free. Again, I have followers who followed this and they made applications. I have one that is finishing first year, I think. She followed me. Is it you, Dora, or who? Someone that listened to me and went to that University of the Video. Yeah, Francis knows me. Francis is like, bye, adios. Okay? All right, this F1 is for everyone, Rose. F1 is for everyone. Please, not nurses. F1 is for everyone. We just want to step here and set ourselves for success in the future. You don't want to come in. Visiting is limiting, but F1, if you can squeeze yourself with F1, it will take you many years, but you will survive. Okay? Vivian, you're late. Okay, better late than never. Elvis, thank you. Enjoy your time. Oh, guys, I know you don't want to go, but I have to go now. Okay, Irene will be the last one. Teddy, much love. Janet Rangi, I love you back. Samuel is like, bye, Janet. Okay, Chero, no, bye. Love you guys.